It's 6:30 in the morning. Hey, welcome to How to Fight, a series intended to teach essential fighting game concepts to beginner players. If this is the first time that you're watching How to Fight and you're new to fighting games, I highly recommend that you start with the first episode of How to Fight linked in the card over there. How to Fight is designed to slowly build up information so that you learn a little bit at a time, which will culminate in a greater understanding, so it's important to start from the beginning if you're new. Okay, enough of that. Let's start talking about cancels. So first, let's define what a cancel is. So normally when you press a button and a move starts playing, you're locked into that move's animation for its entire duration. However, fighting games typically let you do things to cancel that move early by stringing it into another move, like so. By using the second move, the recovery period of the first move is totally negated, and the second move happens earlier than it would have normally. And depending on how cancels work in your game, you can often string multiple moves into each other, canceling multiple things in a row to do a combo. Each time I use another move, that last move's recovery is being canceled. But you can't just cancel moves whenever you want. You usually have to land them on hit or on block for it to be cancelable. So here I'm going to do CB, and you can see I have to wait for the C to entirely end before the B happens. But if I connect it, you see we go right into CB. If you've ever just kind of like button mashed in fighting games, a lot of games have auto combo systems or really easy cancel systems that kind of automatically activate when you press certain buttons. So you've probably been doing cancels this entire time without even really realizing that's what's happening. Depending on the game you play, cancels will work a little bit differently, so you'll have to do a little bit of research to see how they work in your game. There are some very common ideas within cancel systems though, and today I'm showing you this concept in Melty type Lumina, which has a pretty free-form cancel system. In most games, your moves will exist on a sort of hierarchy with one another. In Melty Blood, you have 3 attack buttons, an A, a B, and a C. Typically, you can always cancel moves upwards. You can go from A to B to C, like so. But Melty Blood also allows you to cancel down the scale as well. You can go from C to B to A. Different games will have different ways of doing this, but it's usually always based on some kind of scale where some moves are lighter and some moves are heavier. And it's pretty normal for you to always be able to cancel up that scale from lighter to heavier. Not every game will have a cancel system like this, but most anime fighters do. But pretty much all fighting games have a special cancel system. This means that after using a normal, which is just pressing a button, you can pretty much always cancel into a special, which is usually a motion input move. So here's me doing a normal into special cancel. After the C lands, I'm immediately doing the special move and it's canceling the end of that C. Something else you probably need to know is that these button cancel systems are often called totally wild different things in every single game that they're in. Melty Blood calls its cancel system the reverse beat system, and Guilty Gear would call it a Gatling. So keep an eye out for terms like this in your game's tutorial section or any documentation that you might read for it online. Another important thing to keep in mind is that cancels are not the same thing as combos. The only thing a cancel is stopping the recovery of one move and starting another move right after. That is a thing that leads to combos more often than not, but cancels are not combos themselves, and you should probably think about them as different ideas. And speaking of combos, if you've watched every episode of How to Fight so far, you will have learned a lot of different ideas. But all of these things are designed to build up some fundamental knowledge that will be put to the test in the next episode. In that next episode, we're going to be talking about combos and how they work. This is the moment that I feel like the information has been building up to. And I guess it'll kind of be like the first big test of your knowledge with the How to Fight series. So I hope you enjoyed this video on cancels, and I'll see you next time.